All right, welcome back to another part of the Nobody Wants to Die Platinum Trophy walkthrough. This is part 6, and there's only 2 more parts after this. The next part, part 7, is actually a pretty good chunk of the game. It's actually 2 missions I was able to merge together rather than having a whole nother separate video. So we have this part, and then the last part, which is the ending, like all the way through to the ending. And then the last video will be a much quicker video, and it's basically retracing our steps to get the other ending and achieve the platinum. So that's how it's going to be formatted. So hope you guys enjoy that. Once again, I appreciate all the support and subscribers that I've gotten because of this. It actually has done, these videos have been doing a lot better than I initially thought. Again, this was a game that, is personal to me, so that's why I chose to kind of do a walkthrough of it. And it turned into some fun and some support for you guys. So hope you all enjoyed this next couple of parts, and with that being said, let's get into it.
How could I let myself be tricked like this? Where she lived, not how she lived. I would say below poverty line, if not for the fact that I've crossed the poverty line 100 levels up. Somehow I have to find her. Not even have a bar here. Focus, James.
Yeah, this part actually kind of shocked me a little bit. Where it's at, it's like he's trying to find Sarah's house, but it's on Liberty Island, and it's a slum, and
converters look new.
Pretty crazy, like Statue of Liberty's head's missing. It's on the ground. Pretty surreal feeling seeing that. So
broken cables for sure won't lead me to her. These cables come out of the converter. Sarah, where are you? Smell the deadly stench of the slums. How can you live here? It doesn't seem connected to the net. Damn it. Electric current powers up the antenna. Must be operational. Sarah needs to communicate somehow. I need to get a closer look.
also there's a trophy basically once you get into after some dialogue and stuff, and a pretty intense scene actually coming up here. There's going to be a trophy, but it's not a simple one. It's kind of like step by step, so I have it laid out that way. So
at least she stayed right here with her people. No one else did.
But yeah, it's a really cool looking scene. Lady Liberty's head just chilling right there on the floor. It's wild. It seems to be like I don't know, it looks like a bar right there or something.
The cables draws the most of it. be here. I hope I'm not too late.
Sarah?
The murderer wanted to pull me into a maze, get me drunk with fear. But I had nothing to lose, and had been drunk already for a week. What is this place?
Super detailed environments in this game. Really impressive, the lighting overall throughout. Can't wait till Unreal 5 is kind of the norm engine being used. Pretty crazy. Like, I don't know, you don't have to interact with these things. You could have completely just walked by that. And this too, I noticed a name on it, Taylor. The other one had Sarah's name. Just really just adds more context to the overall like story and place that you're at.
I'd be an easy target.
Keep it up! You're trapped!
Funny. You're the one bleeding.
How did you find her?
Drop your weapon and I'll let you live.
What have you done to her? Talk!
Drop your weapon and get out. I'm counting to 3. 1!
Let's settle this one-on-one!
James, can you hear me?
What the fuck?
Okay. Cool it now. It's me, Sarah. We're good. Just
Relax.
Sarah, you look like shit.
Yeah, back at ya. You're goddamn lucky I missed. I thought some junkie broke into my house.
That is pretty wild. That was not at all what I was
I'm almost
expecting
finished
Sarah to
stitching you
look
up.
like.
Could you almost finish faster?
How'd you find me?
You know I'm a detective, right?
I didn't think anyone would bother trying to find me. Ow, 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 ow. Stay still. Why did you come here?
When we lost contact, I thought he got you.
So that's why you busted in here like a psycho on a hunch?
A little more than a hunch.
Meaning?
I have some questions too. One, actually. You should be in your first shell. The comfortable and efficient one. What the hell have you gotten yourself into? And you're smoking too. Someone's fallen into bad company here.
His body must have been through half a century of addiction. It'll drop dead before I get used to it.
You're in your 30s, right?
29.
My bad.
My family thinks I'm away. I got the best synthesizer, remote work equipment. I didn't have to explain myself to anyone. And then fucking James Kara had to waltz in here and ruin everything.
I'm good at that. So what have you gotten yourself into?
It's a long story and complicated.
Good thing I'm a professional at complicated stories. Talk.
I didn't want to, but I had no choice. I did something sketchy, but otherwise,
It's all right. You can trust me.
okay. I rented my body on the black market.
You, the body department liaison.
Oh, look who's holier than fuck.
Alright, so now, right at this point, there's a very important very important thing you have to do. You need to back up your save in order to get the platinum the quickest way possible. So, obviously I'm not showing you how to do that. If you don't know how to do it, you just kind of upload your save to the cloud, and then it'll turn off auto sync, which means moving forward it won't override the save that's in the cloud, so then you can re-download it and start from this same spot. Because you're going to have to make a choice in this section that determines the ending you get. So, and if that worries you that you might get your save overwritten, I suggest maybe putting it on a flash drive, just for a little bit extra security. But yeah, I had no problems with it. I was able to load back up right at this spot after I finished the game. So
What are these figurines?
we'll talk again after this segment.
I've read that after an Icarite transplant, especially an illegal one, some can be lost. That one's the most valuable. One night, when the acid rain was bad, Taylor and I hid upstairs, where you came in. And back then, it was just a 2 by 3 foot hole that ended in a wall of rubble. Instead of sitting in the cold with her teeth chattering like any normal person, Taylor started fiddling with the flashlight. And then something flashed in the pile of rubble, so we started digging. And we dug until we unearthed this little Statue of Liberty figurine. It was beaten up, but looked valuable. And we fenced it right away. And we came back here hoping to find more.
Who's Taylor?
The greatest treasure in this stuff. We found out there used to be a museum here. So we dug more. Day after day, till our hands were bloody. We kept digging for normal people. Portrait of misery, desperation, but for Taylor, we were adventurers on a fucking treasure hunt. We glued, fixed, and sold everything we found. Would you believe we excavated this whole place like a pair of underage slum archaeologists?
Taken a while.
Almost 5 years, but it was our livelihood. We were dirt poor and surrounded by dirt. We felt rich. At least until Taylor tricked me. 8 years ago, give or take a few days.
Your sister?
No. We were in love. I remember exactly when she tricked me, because it was when I turned 21. Her subscription. And Taylor paid for it for me. She did it behind my fucking back.
That's bad. What am I missing?
After a month, her subscription expired. And we were broke, and there was no one to help. She wound up in the bank. And the body went to auction. And that's why I have to get her out. No matter what it takes. You get it now?
Oh, fuck! Damn it. Got any ambrosia anywhere? Anything higher octane?
I'll pour us something. Or you can also help yourself to ambrosia in the bedroom.
All right, so after that segment, which I thought was pretty well done, having the shadows kind of telling the story of them with the dolls, pretty cool. Kind of reminded me of Resident Evil Village at the beginning when they're playing, when she's reading the book, and it's kind of like almost like a Tim Burton style Nightmare Before Christmas looking thing. Pretty cool. Anyway, this is where we're going to start the trophy Chicken of Justice. So pick up this, go into the bedroom, pick up this magazine, or I think it's a comic book, graphic novel. He talks about how he remembered reading it when he was a kid or whatever. But there's steps to this. So that's step one, pick up the thing, pick up the book, and then I got sidetracked here, but anyway, you gotta, in that same room, you're gonna go, and I also, by the way, this is when I realized you had a flashlight the whole time by pressing R2 or R3, sorry. But yeah, turn off the light in the bedroom. You'll know by the glowing stars and stuff. These things you don't necessarily have to pick up, but if you pick up all the stuff, read it, it gives some extra dialogue choices when you talk to Sarah the next time. That was the pills right there. But so this is step 2. You're gonna go to the left once you leave the bedroom, turn on this light here. You should hear a click, and then there'll be chicken drawing on the wall. Kind of an odd, I mean, I don't know what this represents. It must mean something to the developers for them to put this in here and the way to go about getting it. But either way, I enjoy little things like this. And I was able to do it on my own too. So this, it was off when I went to it, so I turned it on and then I cut it because I did it wrong. So I was like, well, maybe that light has to be off. So I went back and turned it off. Yeah, like I said, there was no guide for this, so, and even if there was, I didn't look it up. I wanted to figure it out myself. So make sure that light's off. And I'm not sure if it matters if you turn it on and then off, but I would suggest doing it that way because that worked for me. Right here I got a little bit of lost, but you're gonna go in this like dark room here and then turn around and there's a light right there. Turn that one on. Another chicken drawing. And with each time you turn one of these on, you should hear like something clicking, like a mechanism. So from there, you're gonna go right out from there, go upstairs, see the chicken drawing, follow that, go to the left. And open the curtain. And the trophy should pop. It's an odd mechanical rooster in there. Chicken. The chicken of justice. Now you're going to return back down to Sarah and talk to her. And oddly enough, if you bring it up, she gives you the choice of keeping it. I don't know what that does. I chose to not to because it meant something to one of her friends that she grew up with. So.
I don't dwell on that. I've had plenty on my mind.
Right.
I found a hen of a damned intricate make.
You solved the puzzles? Congratulations. For 10 years of his life, Dario only wanted hens like that. Well, you've proven yourself worthy. You can keep the chicken of justice if you want.
Thanks, but I'd never take your helper away. This one room, the bedroom, is totally secure.
It's a slum, but I gotta be able to close my eyes sometimes. It's possible to break in there with enough effort, but I'd have time to be awake and ready.
Ever watch any westerns?
No. What are they about?
Oh, you'd love them. I think you'd identify with the characters. In the middle of the room was a bunch of files with names.
Can't you respect anyone else's privacy? I said none of the siblings knew. If something went wrong, I prepared myself for it.
But what's one have to do with the other?
I sorted things out for them and left a will that made it clear I believed Taylor and I would be in heaven at the bank. You know, sometimes I think that might be better. We get our time here and we can use it, and then, even if there was no after, maybe here and now matter more.
What are we drinking to?
Well, you're the expert. Sit down and make a toast.
I hope this isn't a tough question. What happened to your siblings? Did they...
Don't worry, they're all alive and doing pretty well. They rented a legal apartment, floor 40. They have better air than here. Bodies wear out slower.
So how did a slum girl get this job?
Maybe you got yours. I had to work for it.
Points for determination. Must not have been easy for you.
Fortunate combo. I had insomnia and hated wasting my time. I guess that's how I managed to pass all the exams.
Did our our department come for Taylor?
Yes.
So why...
Did I join you? Maybe I wanted to take control? Of some sort. I decided I was never gonna be powerless like that again. I'm just a liaison, but I already know when and where they move.
Do you know who it was? Which one of us came for Taylor?
It was hard to resist the temptation to check it out.
Wanna get some revenge?
He was so ordinary. A regular agent. To really get justice, I'd have to get revenge on this whole sick fucking system.
We gotta play by the rules. We don't make them.
Tell me about it.
Bottoms up. To... honesty. I think we're gonna need it.
Okay.
What are you renting the body for?
Surrogate. For some rich broad. A good one, I hope.
Sarah, please tell me it's not Jane Salma. I found her file.
Calm down. I checked her. I got to her. She had a similar case before, and they couldn't prove anything, even with plenty of evidence.
Damn it.
The arrangement came from me. She had the dough, I had the body with the right biological conditions, plus I could cover for her. That's why I know she's not a suspect.
Okay. I'll trust you. At least I'll try.
Much appreciated.
Alright. So you rented your body. Where did you get this one? The current model.
Salma said it was recycled. Give one to me.
No. A recycled body? After what I've seen, that's hard to swallow. They must have put someone on ice for you to get it.
No. Somebody bought a new body, and no one wanted this one.
We can scan the shell and check.
There's no need, really. Let's not.
Are you sure you know what you're doing? You need to see the big picture of what you've gotten yourself into.
James, I have nightmares. Every single fucking night. I see her in them.
Welcome to the club.
Every morning, I wake up from them and Taylor can't. And it haunts me. What if she's trapped there in an endless nightmare?
It's not sleep when you're in the bank. It's nothingness. You don't feel anything.
Like transferring in CTC? I remember what you said. You said you'd rather die than go to the bank.
But for different reasons, remember?
James, I have to save her! Fuck! You understand?
Yeah, I get it. Sometimes you have to cross the line. And if you do it, at least make it for someone you love.
Well, I don't know if that's what I want.
Do you know what I'd give to see Rachel again? Fucking anything.
Thanks for being straight with me.
Press your finger.
I can handle it.
All right, so yeah, I thought that scene was actually really well done, and it didn't hit me really until this part of the game that Sarah's the only human that you've come in contact with that was alive, you know, outside of, I guess, the police when they almost arrest you, but you don't even see them. But you know, that could be like a detractor for some, I guess. Like, but
Bullshit.
I didn't notice it, so you know what I mean. So obviously, it wasn't that big of a deal to me. But it's pretty crazy that like how much I enjoyed this game and like being on your own the whole time. I mean, you're not because you're constantly talking to her, but yeah, this is the first person you see alive throughout the whole game so far.
Not worth going into. Sarah, we need to start investigating.
Just a minute. Not so fast. One more question. A basic one.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell me why you stormed in here like
And
a
now
lunatic?
we're gonna be starting the last investigation
Based on what? Did
board.
something happen when we lost contact?
Can you fire up the board here?
No.
Do it the old way then. In the meantime, I'll summarize the Red Room for you.
The Red Room?
It's a piece of fucked up history. Better buckle up.
And this one,
I can't believe all this evidence.
so this one's not as
You were
easy
right
as I
from the
make it
start.
seem. I messed up a
Seriously?
lot. I'm trying
Surprised you
to
most.
put the pieces together,
That's
but
not what I meant.
I edited
The
it out for
murderer
time
was behind
purposes.
everything from the beginning. Did he take over his body?
Strong assumption. We better go one step at a time.
Now? You're going to get skeptical
Also,
now?
I just
At the
wanna
end of
sort it out.
this, you're
Okay.
given the
do we
choice that
start?
I was talking about earlier.
James, I managed to
And,
get what was in
when we
Green's
get to that
safe.
point,
there were
I'll-
recordings of his synchro
I'll make
tests
sure
and
to
a
tell
ton
you,
of private
you know,
notes.
even though it's kind of
Pretty
obvious, as a
unusual.
reminder,
Upload.
I'll let you know what the choice is to get the first ending.
His own transfer machine. I can't even.
So
get
at
my
first,
shit
what I did
together
is I
for
just
you.
kind of went
This
through
explains his
each
problems.
piece
They were his own doing.
of evidence and listened to the audio to try to like make more sense of
And then
it.
this was the plan for the next 100 years. Numerous attempts to save what we have and this system.
And our system isn't perfect? At least for them.
Turns out not to be the case. Apparently, every prediction ended in disaster.
How did you describe it? That you're losing control of yourself? It's a kind of consciousness erosion. We'll increase the dose of ambrosia and the amount of synchro tests. It should help.
I need something better.
We don't have anything else yet. I'm working on it.
It's one big joke.
Selma sounds familiar, don't you think?
Shit, I thought she was gonna get herself a synthesizer. Why didn't we have access to these recordings?
They were in the Red Room.
I'll try to get to them.
Fucking Demmer.
Oh, haven't heard that before. Good to know you still have feelings for them. I'm getting used to the big names of the corpses at our feet. What are they doing there? Apart from the obvious.
Together, they worked on how to calm the riots, how to use the Fourth Estate. Who knows if they would have failed.
Dickheads. Lots of familiar faces, but compared to Green, they're small fry.
It's their mouth that spits out lies that millions eat up.
I still don't get that part of the story. When I think that they really use the...
It's... At least the motherfucker's dead.
Everyone like him deserved it. Both died on dates shown on the symbols.
The problem is that Green's date of death was carved long ago.
Alright, so you're gonna grab the meaning of intrigue clue, or question I should say. Oh no, sorry, taking over the body
This
first.
be desynchro.
And then you'll get this one, fight theory. And then meaning of entry
Okay, let's assume that
goes
this
with
was his
Green's
motive.
plan.
What's next?
And Green's move, this one I had trouble with for some reason, but it goes with the Red Room bigwigs. And that'll get you with Enclave feet. And you put that with
You're telling me
Icarus
these are
Lounge.
the only people who can deal with the chaos in this city?
Am I? No. But I think that's what Green is trying to tell us.
Do you buy it?
Well, this motherfucker knew corruption and power like no one else.
Maybe there is something that has a negative effect, like synchro tests, only in reverse. Maybe there is something that has a negative effect, like synchro tests, only in reverse. There may be no evidence that they made a transfer of consciousness at the time of the incident, but his behavior...
I know, it's damn suspicious. Let's just put it together piece by piece. Okay, whether it was Green's will or someone else was pulling the strings, why did Green have to die?
I see at least three possibilities.
Can you be more specific, Miss Detective?
I'm throwing them in. The whole thing may simply have been about tearing the city apart. Since the most influential players are more or less dead, their seats are up for grabs. Following this lead, Green didn't have to be the only one like that. Like I said, I have at least three hypotheses.
All right, so
Yes,
you make
ma'am.
that connection. And you'll get Oracle, which goes with Green's shadow, and voila, you're done. And with that, you should get the final, once you conclude the analysis,
How
the
much
trophy,
planning does it take to
nothing
set
but
up
the
something
truth
like that?
will pop
No.
for completing
But we
all
need to
the
figure out who's pulling the
investigation
strings in all
boards.
this.
Now, this is the important part, most important part of this video. Basically, you get two choices on who is responsible,
Sure.
and
Who's my partner? Why do you ask?
I remember you
you
mentioned
choose.
that
You can choose
you were
either
talking
the
to him
murderer,
about
killer,
synchro problems.
the one that's been contacting you
Car for several dozen years.
over radio,
But something.
or
The first time he ended up
Green
reconstructing
being
a Nicorite.
responsible,
You blaming yourself?
like in another body. So, for this ending that we're getting first, you're gonna want to choose the killer,
I hope he gets back on his feet after all
and
this.
that's the main choice that gets us to the ending we achieve first.
Honestly, I see two main possibilities. Or we're just seeing a small part of a bigger plan by someone who's always 2 steps ahead of us. Or Green's plan played out with Kovalev's help.
How do you figure?
Fuck, I don't know. He has access to some advanced tech. He managed to make contact with you in the Red Room. He knew everything that happened. Like he was in Green's head. I thought Green just committed suicide, but now I'm having a tough time buying that. Sorry, I've got a lot of thoughts. What do you think? Who's behind all this? Murderer or Green?
The more important the decision, the less certain, huh?
We're out of time for mistakes.
And that's your cue. The murderer is behind it all. Make sure you pick that choice.
He's a murderer. Green's death wouldn't make sense. He must have been influencing for a long time until he finally got him to shoot the other deviants. Damn influential deviants. He took another harvest on Icarus.
And if he's aiming to paralyze the city, to create chaos, so what's his next step?
The motherfucker leaves no trace. The trail's cold.
Why haven't we heard of him before? He's a pro, after all.
Criminals are still in their learning curve when they do their first crimes. They leave more traces behind.
I'll check similar poisoning cases in recent years.
No, poison may have been removed from reports. Check the final death.
Oh, I think I have something. 2 weeks. No, shit. I was wrong. Forget it.
Sarah, rewind.
No, you can't touch your own case, or reconstruct it, or explain it.
So the
You can't
plot
defend yourself.
thickens.
I'm the only one who can.
Oh, the fucking savior of the world. Can't you let go just this once?
You know the answer.
Damn you. Hang on.
I have to... What's this?
A new earpiece. This one shouldn't be so easy to spot.
Ah, thanks.
And with that, you'll get Darkness Under the Stairs for completing the level.
Rachel! Rachel! Looking in the mirror at yourself, sometimes the scariest thing imaginable. But it was time to face myself on my own, without dragging anyone else down.
Alright, and that's it for part 6. Another dialogue heavy section, but very much integral to the story. Answered a lot of questions, but not all. Kind of actually raised a couple more, but hope you guys enjoyed it. And like I said earlier, one more part to go of actually completing the game, and then a small video on just kind of cleaning up and getting the rest of the trophies. So thanks guys once again. If you're enjoying this walkthrough, please leave a like. Comments always appreciated, and without this I wouldn't be doing it. Without you guys I wouldn't be doing this. So thanks once again. Applersky out. See you guys on the next video.